There is a hidden opportunity here in Bukhara, Uzbekistan. And while most people will absolutely gatekeep everything that there is to do here, I think that it's important for people to realize that Bukhara, Uzbekistan is one of the, if not the most important cities that you could potentially go to. Hello and welcome back to Traveling Report. Today I'm going over Bukhara, Uzbekistan, and why it's a very unique place to go to and realistically spend time in, as there is a convergence of several different cultures that will allow you to live your life and operate your business at a high level here in Uzbekistan. So oftentimes when you are looking at places to go, you look at the capital city, as that is where capital depth is. That is where people tend towards more succinct ideals, tend towards living a more fast-paced, business-oriented lifestyle. But if you look at the incentives in Tashkent, it isn't nearly as high as I would say it is in Bukhara. Oftentimes, when I look at cities and their potential, I don't look at whether or not there is capital. Because if you are a business and you need capital and you're online, you realistically are doing something wrong. And I'll get into why that's the case and why you shouldn't be worried about capital in the future. So if you're looking forward to that, feel free to subscribe down below. However, when I look at Bukhara and I spend time here, I am present, of course, in Bukhara, Uzbekistan, I realize that a lot of the people here are smart, well-educated, and the largest gap between what international folks understand of Bukhara and the potential here is they speak 3 to 4 languages by default. They speak Uzbek, Tajik, Russian, and most of the time English even. And so they code switch often within the same conversation between Tajik, Russian, and Uzbek. And this is just comfortable to them. And for anyone who is looking at the CIS markets alongside the global south, this is invaluable, as Uzbek is very close to Uyghur, which Uyghur is, of course, the language of the folks in Xinjiang, China, which is a large market, realistically. You also have Tajik, which is 98% mutually intelligible with Farsi and Dari, which of course means you can do business in Iran, and alongside, of course, Tajikistan, Afghanistan, and other Iranic speaking regions, for instance, Ossetia, North Ossetia. You also have Russian, which of course is the lingua franca of business still in CIS countries. And then you have other languages that are less spoken but still spoken, as Uzbeks really enjoy learning languages. And so what you get with Uzbekistan and what you get with particularly Bukhara is a country that is trilingual by default, quadrilingual in the vast majority of cases. I would say 50 to 70% of people under the age of 25 speak English as a fourth language. You also have, beyond being quadrilingual, a fast developing city that is thousands of years old, that you have potential to see the development of this city. And so while many people will say, there's so much more you can do in the capital, you should go to Tashkent, I think realistically you should look at their incentives of saying that. Oftentimes when someone tells you to move to Tashkent or move to any capital city, they don't look at the overall potential for different countries, which makes it entirely difficult to take them at face value. So with Bukhara and moving forward, and to give you what I am doing actionably to spend time here and learn more about Bukhara, because I'm leaving for Tashkent to fly to Dushanbe tonight. What I am doing actionably here in Bukhara, Uzbekistan, is I have a local friend here that is looking at real estate for me. And of course, if you are looking for real estate in Bukhara, I will be doing a video on real estate in Bukhara, so feel free to drop down into the channel and leave a subscription. However, I also have a massive amount of people I'm looking at hiring here in Uzbekistan. It's a great hiring destination. Additionally, and particularly in Bukhara, of course. Additionally, you're looking at, in the next few years, billions of dollars in foreign direct investments pouring in. Now, that will be centered around Tashkent, but that means there's a knock-on effect to a place like Bukhara. And so essentially what you get is a very unique situation where if you're looking for a destination where you can grow your business to new markets, this is probably one of the top destinations to do so. And of course, living across the world and living across the particularly Eurasian countries, I have realized and I have learned that Eurasia is extremely interesting, but Bukhara is not a normal opportunity. It is something that is extremely rare to find, and I wanted to not gatekeep it, as I believe it is an important hiring destination, an important investment destination, an important business destination. So if you appreciate that I do all of this research for you all here in Uzbekistan, feel free to like the video. If you really liked it, feel free to share it with your friends. If you are looking for a way to join me on this journey of internationalization and globalization, feel free to subscribe. If you are looking for a jurisdictional one-pager to get your perfect destination, whether that's Bukhara or elsewhere, feel free to reach out on the Google Forms link down below. I will do my best to get back to you if you are eligible. With that said, this has been the Traveling Report. Signing off.